Hi there, this is Mauricio Gomez, and in this video I will give you some insights on how to analyze characters in a piece of literature. It can be a short story, a novel, a play. So, without any further ado, let's get started. When analyzing one or more characters in literature, one examines behaviors, motivations, and actions that the writers give to each character in order to tell a story. This analysis involves descriptions of personalities and conflicts with others that the characters experience in the course of a story. One may analyze the personality by observing the character's behaviors, habits, and motivations. You may consider internal and external conflicts that are typical for them. So, before analyzing a character, we need to know that there are different classifications for characters. First, we have round characters. Round characters are those who have a number of qualities and traits. They are complex, multidimensional characters of considerable intellectual and emotional depth. We also have flat characters that, in contrast to round characters, they represent a single characteristic, trait, or idea and have a limited number of qualities. These type of characters are also called one-dimensional characters. Usually, the main purpose of flat characters is to enhance the traits of main characters. Then we have a protagonist. Often, the protagonist is the main character in a story. His or her major role is to attract readers' attention and serve as the main driver in a story. They always find themselves in the middle of a conflict and take active part in all events. Then we have an antagonist. Typically, an antagonist is opposed to the protagonist in a story. Therefore, readers hate them as they make problems due to their conflicting nature. Conflicts in stories are often initiated by antagonists. The antagonist can be a single person, a whole group, a force of nature like a climatic condition, or rough geographical features, an animal, or it can also be an abstract idea. Then we have major and minor characters. Major characters play significant roles in narration. For example, protagonists' relatives or friends are major characters. Readers may explore relations and interactions between a protagonist and a major character to better understand motivations. On the other hand, minor characters play small roles if compared to major characters. We also have dynamic and static characters. Dynamic characters experience changes throughout the story. Usually, protagonist and antagonist are dynamic characters. Static characters stay the same during the whole narration. Finally, we also have stereotypical characters that help to create a specific environment to the time and place in which the story takes place. For example, a housewife or an insane person may serve as stereotypical characters. We also need to know that there are two types of characterization: direct characterization and indirect characterization. In direct characterization, the author explicitly tells the readers what they want them to know about the character by clearly stating details about the character. In indirect characterization, the author shows who the character is through their speech, thoughts, motivations, actions, and interactions with others. So, to exemplify what I have said, I am going to use the short story Thank You, Ma'am. As the story begins, we have Roger, a teenager who attempts to steal an older woman's purse. However, the reader quickly realizes that there is more to the woman, Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones, than meets the eye. Ultimately, the author surprises the reader with an unexpected twist as Mrs. Jones showers Roger with care and generosity. Because of that, we can interpret that these characters are dynamic. To analyze this story, you can track both characters to analyze them as individuals, or you can compare them to one another. For example, you can analyze how they were portrayed at the beginning of the story and how the interaction that they both experience changes them by the end of the story. And that's all for this video. I hope that you liked it, but most importantly that you learned how to analyze the characters in a story. Have a good one. Bye.